So to understand pi, we need to understand what pi is. You can see here two circles. The bigger circle with the diameter 14 centimeter and the smaller circle with the diameter of 7 centimeter. So if circumference of this circle is measured, the length of the perimeter of the circle is called circumference. So if a thread is used to measure this circumference, then its length will be approximately 44 centimeter. So the diameter is 14, whereas the circumference is 44 centimeter. Similarly, for this circle, the diameter is taken as 7 centimeter. Its circumference will measure 22 centimeter. So there is a fixed ratio here. So if we are writing this ratio, the ratio is circumference divided by diameter. For this circle, it is 44 centimeter divided by 14 centimeter, and similarly for the smaller circle, it is 22 centimeter divided by its diameter 7 centimeter. This is a constant. So you can observe that there is a fixed ratio here. So this itself is named pi, and its approximate value is 22 by 7. So now circumference, if denoted by capital C, and diameter if denoted by small d, it is pi. In other words, C can be obtained by multiplying pi with d. D is 2r, so C is also equal to 2 into pi into r. So this is a standard formula which is used to calculate the circumference of a circle. Either pi d or 2 pi r is used for circumference calculation. Let us now understand how to find the area of a circle. This is a circle with the radius r and circumference c. So now to find the area, the surface covered by this circle, let me divide this circle into different sectors. So this is a sector, each one is a sector. So I have drawn several diameters to divide it into different sectors. And now the area of each of this sector, if combined, it will give the area of the circle. So let me cut this along the diameters so that I obtain all the sectors which are already marked in the circle. So I have done this with the same radius and circumference. The sector, you can observe this is the sector which fits in like this. So it is better if many diameters are drawn and the sector is divided into smallest possible unit. So right now I have just divided it into 10 sectors. So all these sectors, if arranged like this as shown, so you can see one horizontally like this, center facing up, another piece the center facing down. So likewise, alternatively I have arranged the sectors, 10 sectors like this. So it is giving us a parallelogram. So in case I divide it into very small sectors by drawing many diameters, I would get exactly a rectangle. So now let us see what are the measurements, dimensions of this parallelogram. So if you observe, the blue marked, this is circumference of the circle. It is spread along two of its lengths. The parallelogram's two ends, the base as well as the opposite side, they both are the circumference parts. So in other words, along this, if I measure the distance, this comes as half of the circumference and this another half of the circumference. So indirectly, from here to here, it is C by 2, because half of the circumference gets arranged along one side and another half along this side, which is also the base of the parallelogram. So if this distance is considered, it is the radius of the circle. So height of the parallelogram is nothing but radius. So it is radius, the base or one of the side is half of the circumference. So the area of the parallelogram is also the area of the circle. So now area is equal to area of this circle is nothing but the area of the parallelogram is equal to base into height. The base is half of the circumference. The height is the radius. Half of the circumference is 2 pi r by 2. We have already derived the formula for circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r by 2 into r. So it is nothing but pi r into r, which is pi r square. So again, there is that pi factor appearing in the formula for area of the circle. So we can observe this. If the parallelogram, if I remove this, entirely it comes back to the original circle shape. See the circumference, the colored, blue colored, half of the circumference. See, half the circumference gets arranged along this and the other half in the opposite direction. So I hope area pi r square, how it is demonstrated very clearly now.